doing this is very important in reference to history. You know, these people had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. And these people tried to move on the property and tried to control things and tried to steal things, which is trespassing. These people don't have a legal license to be trying to control anything. They hit me in the mouth. It's more lawsuits. So in reference to these people, you know, they'll try to make up stories claiming they thought they had more investments in my mother and father's companies or my grandparents' companies than what my grandparents and mother and father had. They just messed with my throat. They made me burp. This is very important. They'll fabricate that they had meetings, but all the meetings my mother and father had are always on documents. And they tried to fabricate meetings with me. They never had meetings with me, these people. And either way, it's always never signed, never gave, never sold, never, not never. And the Royal Protocol says that. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. And I'm the true blood. I'm the 100% blood of my mother and father. And any child that I would ever have, or any child that they stole and artificially inseminated a person from their race, they have no legal connections at all. No matter what their race ever fucking says. Whoever these sperm thieves are. The Royal Protocol outranks all of them. Look where they came from. These people that are trying to steal my mother and father's estates. Look at their financial history. Whoever these people are. These people was never richer than my parents. They were never richer than my grandparents, these people. They don't own what my parents owned. I am the owner forever. So in reference to these people and all their accusations and their criminal communism, everything that they have tried to say, get it on record, get it on paper, get it on video. And the police need to go to all the businesses and companies of my mother and father and ask them who the owner is and make police reports and that they showed up at the location of the business. Somebody communicated they wanted me to mention this too, that police stations in all cities and states need to go to the businesses of my mother and father and speak to a secretary or speak to somebody there, one of the higher ranking people in the company, and ask them who the owner is. If they don't say it's me, then you have to get them in court. In reference to my mother and father's estates and companies and my grandparents' companies. I am the only child of my mother and father. There's no way to confuse my DNA with anybody else's DNA. My DNA is not a common DNA. My mother and father's DNA is not a common DNA. Rare genetics. Rare genetic types. My DNA is rare. Mine's the same as my mother and father. And grandparents. So in reference to these people, the police stations in all 50 states and other places need to go over to the company and say, hey, we need to make a report on who you people are saying the owner of the company is. I'm not selling any of the companies, not never. Never signed, never gave, never sold, not never. So no matter what anybody says, no matter what they tried to do in their muscling game, nothing's for sale. I'm the owner of the companies forever. These people try to say, oh, they were trying to abuse me to try to force me out of my own family history. No, see, I'm the only true blood. All these people that are trying to make up these lies, they have no connection to my family history. Reference to these people trying to steal my identity, people violating and contradicting the facts. Those people need to go to court for their crimes. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates forever, no matter what. So they need to pinpoint the exact people that are doing these things, the exact people that are trying to steal. I'm the owner of my mother and father's companies, and I'm the majority shareholder too, in reference to the companies that are shareholder companies of my mother and father's estates and grandparents' estates. So in reference to any of the people that are misrepresenting my ownership or misrepresenting the facts of who I am and who my parents are, those people need to go to court. My identity is the most documented identity in American history. It's on TV 24 hours a day. The government has had documents of my identity since I was born. and my family history. So in reference to all the liars and all the tricksters and all the people trying to make up lies and accusations, get them in court. Put them on the spot in court. Ask them time and date and timeline information of where they'll try to say something like, oh, they were trying to murder me and then they were trying to buy into the companies. No, that's treason. Those people have no legal investments in any of the companies. And any person that had any investments in the companies that tried to hurt me or tried to steal from me or tried to sabotage my life or relationships, those people need to go into court and they need to get prosecuted no matter what. I'm the only child of my mother and father. And I'm friendly with many different races and ethnicities of people. Don't blame me. Don't try to call me a racist. I've been friendly with all different colors and different sizes and shapes of people. Tall, short, fat, skinny. If you've tried to do something to me, you created your own problem. You created your own violations. I've always been nice to people. I've always been friendly. And these people was terrorizing me, some of these people. And then they claimed that they were trying to warm up to me. They were trying to get close to me to cover up their crimes. These men that tried to murder me. These men that tried to rape me. These men that tried to steal my penis. These men that damaged my face and teeth. These people that stole billions of dollars. They just clamped on the mouth. It's more lawsuits every time you're touching me, man. This is America. What country did you come from, government man? What race are you? This country does not have to bow down to your foreign invasion. Whoever the fuck you are or whenever you got into government. No matter how many generations back you came from. You have no legal right stealing from me or my mother and father's companies or estates or properties. You don't have a right blocking me from my career as an entertainer, as a person of directing films or movie productions or TV commercials. You're violating my rights of being publicly known who I am and who my parents are. And you tried to steal companies and property with illegal artificial inseminations. They have no legal position of ownership of any kind. And they won't ever, whoever those stolen children are. I am the only child of my mother and father. I'm the true blood of my mother and father. You're not. And you don't have a right trying to make decisions for my life or my mother and father's companies because you stole sperm and you artificially inseminated somebody of your race. That does not give you any power against me. That does not give you any status against me or my ownership. My family came from old wealth, beginning of time, history of wealth. And these people trying to steal sperm for their quick get-rich-quick schemes, they're messing with my mouth when I'm talking. That's treason. That's fraud. That's gold digging. That's attempts of murder. All these people conspiring against me. And they must get prosecuted. There's laws in America against their crimes. And those processes of law must be implemented. They must get implemented against those people. I haven't received any of the lawsuit monies. And look at the information in reference to stolen children. How much money has the American government sent to these stolen children? That has to be evaluated to see where those stolen children was stealing millions of dollars. And the government has not even sent me a fucking penny. Like they were trying to skip over who I am, and they were trying to tie themselves in with monies that those stolen children had. That the government illegally paid them and didn't pay me. The government needs to go into court for their crimes and their embezzlement. Where's my lawsuit monies? Where's my insurance monies? It's more lawsuits every day. Those lawsuits go up tenfold. Plus.